The book, The Value of the Weaker Arm, authored by Wisdom Kwame Nwakpo, draws on his life experiences to show how personal limitations can be turned into strengths for leadership and growth.
It takes the obscure to sustain the obvious. So you see people in the limelight. They are the people everyone would see. But the truth of the matter is that they are indeed the people who do the heavy lifting. So the weaker arm is always doing the heavy lifting, but it's somebody up there who is the obvious. And so it's important that we recognize the weaker arm within our homes, our organizations, our societies.
Mr. Wisdom Kwame Nwakpo urged young professionals to embrace continuous learning, build competence, and strive consistently for career growth.
Keep on learning. Keep on adding things to your tools box. So you may see a position which is up high there and you want to go for it, but your qualification is not there. That is a skills gap. That is your weaker arm you need to develop. All right, so add tools to your tools box. Learn something new. Pick up books, read, ask questions. How is this done? Take up positions, move laterally, and learn new jobs. As you learn new jobs, you put more tools into your tools box. And
Good evening. Welcome to People in Life on Pan-African TV. My name is Naya Chidi. People in Life explore real life stories of people in our community that would motivate you, guide you, and move you to a greater height. And yes, we are on your screen tonight. Thank you for joining us this evening. But before I introduce my guest, I'd like to appreciate the designer who put together this beautiful outfit I am wearing. Her name is Catherine L, and you can find her on social media at Catherine L Afrique. Yes, on Instagram, on TikTok, you find her there. Just talk to her, tell her what you want, and she'll bring it to a reality for you. Now my guest is seated in our seat, and we are going to be having a very interesting conversation. Trust me, this conversation would move you. This conversation would awaken something that is sleeping inside of you, so that you can come out of your box and be doing amazing things, or one thing that you have set your eyes on to do for yourself, for your development as well. My guest name is Mr. Wisdom Kweku Nwakpo, Kwame Nwakpo. Yes, Mr. Wisdom Kwame Nwakpo. He is the Chief Internal Auditor at Absa Bank Ghana and the author of The Value of the Weaker, a story that talks about his life experiences, his life lessons that he has learned, and it will guide you to a great leadership. An interview, you should sit down and relax, because you are going to enjoy the ride that we are about to hop on, because we're talking about his life story, family, the book, what he likes. I know the book will not capture everything in there, like the kind of music he listens to, what he does for fun. You know, the book is guiding us through leadership. So that aspect, we would talk about it here on the show. I have a good news for viewers as well. Today, for the first time, I'll be activating the phone lines. Yes, so you get to call in, and you get to win yourself. You get a book. If you are lucky, I'm going to dash you a book tonight so you can read, because this book is a must-have. Everybody needs to get this and start reading it, because it has masterpiece, great insightful lessons, and then things that you will learn in there. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here.
Happy to be here.
All right.
Yeah, it's an honor.
Okay. So, but before we get into the book, we would like to know who you are. If you can throw a light on a little bit about your life story before we can.
Thank you, Naya. I was born in the north, in Tamale to be specific. My dad was a teacher, and my mom had a restaurant. I'm not sure whether you would say, well, we could say a chop bar. Would say a chop bar. I mean, as a child growing up in someone who prepares at a chop bar, Basically, we learned how to cook.
So you're a very good cook.
I cook.
We'll
I cook
get
very
into
well.
that bit. Don't worry.
So not just me alone, but my brothers and sisters. I mean, all of us.
How many are you? How many siblings do you have?
So I have 2 elder brothers and 2 younger sisters. So I'm right there in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle.
Yes. So we did some jobs like selling ice water. We used to put ice water on our heads, and then we'll go around with cups, and then we'll sell them. We weren't poor, but we were not far from the edge.
Okay.
I did things like shoe shine. I could sew your shoes, stuff like that. I went around schools polishing shoes for people. Had my primary education in Bagabaga Primary in Tamale. Moved to Bishop's JSS, where for a majority of the first year we were learning under trees because logistics were quite a problem. The second year, third years, we got into classrooms. Moved into Northern School of Business, where I pursued accounting. Passed out to go into the university, had some challenges, and I couldn't go into the university, but I had the opportunity to go to IPS, and even with that, it took a miracle.
Let's talk about why didn't you make it to university, and why was it a miracle for you to get into the
So at 19, I lost my dad.
Oh my God.
I mean, I was one of the few people who qualified to get into university. We were among the second batch of the new SS curriculum, untested curriculum, I must say. And whilst we were waiting for the university to call us to go into the university, unfortunately, universities were on strike. Lecturers were on strike around that period. They were home for about 2 years.
Wow.
Yes, 94, 95, thereabout. And so I heard of IPS admitting, taking applications for HND accounting, so I applied. I got admission to go to IPS, and just around that time, that passed. My dad was building, and so at that time we had moved to Ho. So
okay.
yes, so before my dad moved to Ho, he was the principal for Tamale Polytechnic then. Now it's Tamale Technical University. So he was transferred to Ho as the regional education director.
Your dad was in the educational sector, so
Yes.
you were moving.
I was moving around. Yes.
So that's how come you found yourself in Tamale.
In Tamale, yes.
The whole family were in Tamale.
Yes.
So if your dad is moving to Ho, the whole family is
move
moving.
with the
So I
family.
was wondering why you had an Ewe name, but you were born in Tamale.
Yeah, so that is it. So he was basically working in those times. It was Tamale Technical Institute. Then it moved, or it transformed into Tamale Polytechnic, and now it's Tamale Technical University.
Right. So what did you say? You were from like an educational background. Your father was in educational sector, and talking about your mother as well. She's a businesswoman.
Yeah, she had a choba.
She had a choba who was in a business sector. So how was the home like? How was the upbringing like for you? Be having a dad who is in educational sector and a mom who is who's a trader, who is into business. What would install in you as a child when you were growing up?
I'll say that this way. I'll say the trait of resilience came in because I mean you needed to be resilient. So like I said, we were not rich. We were just a little above the edge of the poverty edge. I remember vividly those times when others were watching Akan drama and stuff like that in their homes. We had to go and peep through their windows to be able to watch. Sometimes they would shout at us and say, go home and sleep, it's late and all that. And it took a miracle for us to get a black and white TV. And so, trust me, when I started working, the first thing I bought was a TV.
Oh, okay. You needed
that. So I needed that. So that was how life was. So resilience, toughness, because you couldn't just get everything you wanted. Of course, school fees and basic things like that were bought for us. But if you needed some colorful dresses or things like that for Christmas, or some math sets or some calculators, of course you may have to wait till your dad is paid or your mom gets the money. But otherwise, we did things like the shoe shine or shoemaker jobs.
So you were doing your own business to buy the extra things
to get
that
extra
your
stuff.
parent.
Yes.
How would you describe your mom?
Very hardworking. She was very, very hardworking, I must say.
And your dad?
My dad was a hardworking.
So between the two of them, who was more strict?
It's always a dad. Because I remember those days when you misbehave, your mom could actually discipline you, but sometimes you wait for your dad to come and then do the discipline.
Yes. She talks to you with her eye.
Yes, but
then when the dad comes, the dad will use the rod.
Exactly. So those times when you are sleeping, you'll be sleeping with one eye because you know you could wake up with some sticks.
At dawn.
Yeah, behind your back.
It's always at dawn.
It's always like that. Yes.
Wow. So between your mom and your dad, your dad was the strict one.
The strict, yes.
And they taught you resilience.
Yes.
And at that age, you started a shoe shine business. That was aiding you with extra things
income,
that you were not getting for your education. So what level were you then when you started doing the shoemaker?
At a very tender age, probably even right from primary school. Yes, so probably
what brought that thought
8,
into
9.
your head at your age to start that business, to be able to buy what you wanted, what mommy and daddy was not giving?
Okay, so just for context, it was a common thing that young boys around the area did.
We're doing.
Yes, so you will see all of us with our shoe shine boxes, and then we'll be like going around schools, secondary schools, training colleges, and then we'll be like advertising the assessor, the attitude, shoe and all that. So we've done all those things before, and I must say that it gave us those extra income that we needed. We didn't have to rely on our parents solely for extra income to do those things we wanted to do by ourselves. And then we used to have susu boxes. We actually put our savings in the susu boxes at Christmas. We'd open them up and then we'll buy stuff for ourselves. Yes.
That was good. Yes. You said your dad passed when?
At 19.
At 19. At the time you were in school as well. So how was life?
It was tough.
After that for you. May his soul rest well when he passed. How were you able to deal with the grief, overcome the grief, and after that loss, how was life for you in school? Did you continue? Did you drop out? What happened during that time?
So it's one of the devastating moments in my life, which I have in my book. The sad part is that he died in my arms.
Oh my God.
So I was with him at home, and then I could hear some kind of restlessness coming from his room. I rushed to his room and I saw that the man was going, so I had to call the taxis and rushed him to the whole polytechnic. The doctors came and then they pulled me aside, and I didn't know he was gone. It was later on that, because they felt I was a child, 19, they felt maybe they couldn't break the news to me. It was later on that I got to know that the old man was gone. It was tough. Like I said, I had gotten admission to go into IPS because he was building. All his money had gone into the building. The good thing is that he had got into the lenting level. He had purchased the roofing sheets, the boards, the wood that is supposed to be used for the roofing. And there was nothing in his account, I must say that. So at that time the school fees was 40,000. Today is 4 Ghana cedis. And then I needed another 40,000 for accommodation, rent, and so I needed about 80,000. And the stronger arm, which we felt was going to, by tradition, was going to push me through, that is my uncle, looked into my face and said, Wisdom is 19, he should go and learn a trade, he should learn a job, carpentry or whatever it is, and that he was not going to do that. So I was at home. I mean, at that moment, I had to just go to, I refer to it in my book as my stabilizing pivot. I had to go to God to seek his face, because it was like, this is this guy, brilliant, he got admission to go into the university, and now he's going to just throw everything away because his dad has passed. So I was at home, and then my auntie came, also of blessed memory, Mrs. Innocentia Fiasobo of blessed memory, came and asked why. We had not buried my dad within the same week. He came, why are you not in school? Then I narrated my story to her, and then she said, okay, you know what, come to me tomorrow, come home, and then we'll see what we can do. So by 8 the next day, I was at her home, and then she asked her son to take me to IPS. Now it's UPSA, to take me to IPS to go and then register me. Apparently she had given Emil, the son, 100,000, that is 10 Ghana cedis today. So we got onto the public transport, we got to IPS, we went to the registration, the administration block. He paid 40,000 for my admission fee, sorry, and then he went to the hostel, paid another 40,000 for the hostel, and then gave me the change of 20,000 as seed money, as pocket money. You know, 20,000 would not, survive a term. Basically, there was nothing. So my elder brother Theophilus then was at KNUST, and he was surviving on student loan. So when he got his student loan, he gave me part to manage. So I think I took part of his student loan for like 2 semesters before mine started coming. Okay. And that was how I managed to go through IPS. Yes, passed my HND, and then I started my ACCA off IPS.
What course were you offering, and what career path have you at that time decided to take when you were in school?
Yeah, so IPS, it was HND accounting. So I got to IPS, and it was HND accounting. So most of our other mates, not HND accounts, they were doing like the ACCA, the ICA, the CIMA, the ICSA, and so the interest the interest in professional qualification, that is the ACCA, came to light, and as a result of that, after HND, after leaving IPS, I decided to do the ACCA privately, and so I started working after the HND, and then once I was working, I started the ACCA.
All right. So tell us about your work and your work experience at that time. Okay.
Thank you. So I think one of the, I don't know whether they still do it, but one of the things that really helped me was industrial attachment. I think we call it internship.
Yes.
Okay. So whilst at IPS, I got the opportunity to do my internship at VRA and at Controller and Accountant General. So these really exposed me. So and my national service was with, in those days it was Internal Revenue Service. Now it's Ghana Revenue Service. A lot of things have changed. So and I was in the accounts department during national service. You know, national service started around, I think we started in January. By June thereabout, I got an opportunity to work for Far East Mercantile Limited as an accounts officer. But I was still, my national service will end somewhere in August. But the good thing is that IRS those days was closing at 4 p.m. I don't know whether they still do that. I think it was 4 p.m. So I went to this Far East Mercantile Limited and negotiated with them that, look, I'm on national service. Can I do half day? I'll start at 3 p.m. and close at 7 p.m. And they said yes.
Wow.
So I'll start work at 8 at IRS, and then at 3 p.m. I would ask for permission. I mean, I was transparent. I told them I've gotten this job, this part-time job I needed to do. And it was just next door. So I'll just jump onto the next building, the next building, and then I'll go and work.
Onto the next.
Then I'll go and do my 4 hours there.
Yeah. Difficult for you? Didn't that affect
it was tough.
You
it was
at
tough.
that moment?
And that is what I say. I mean, resilience is everything. I mean, if there is a will, there must be a way. Or if there is a way, there must be a will.
At that moment, what was the core challenges that you were facing at that time, where you were doing 2 jobs, you were in school and doing other things?
At that time, I needed money to do the ACCA. And the ACCA was very expensive then. I mean, it was, I mean, we pay in pounds. It's a UK program. And so you needed to pay in pounds to do the course. And trust me, the National Service Allowance couldn't have helped me do that. So
no, it's not helping to think of that time.
The National Service Allowance couldn't have helped me to achieve that. Yeah. So I was getting this money from Far East. I was topping it up with my national service. I was living a very simple life. You eat your amani and your gobe and stuff like that, because I know some of my friends will be calling me beans now. So because we had a purpose, I knew that I needed to.
What was the goal at that point?
Yes.
What was your goal at that point? You have to go through all of these phases to get to where you wanted to be. At that moment, what was the goal for you? What was the purpose?
The goal was to get my ACCA qualification. Yeah. So let me just continue with that. So I did this double job for up to the end of the national service. So from, I think, June thereabout to, I think, May or June to August. And then once I completed national service in September, I went full-time into Far East Mercantile Limited. And I head of LAPAM. A new hotel was coming up, it was hiring, and then I decided to apply. I decided to apply for a job as an accounts officer. So I decided to take my CV and my application to the place.
Yeah.
And when I got to the gate, the security man was instructed not to allow applications without certificates to get in. So he looked at my CV, he says, boss, without your certificate, and my certificate was not ready. Up to now, I've not had my HND certificate yet. So he said, if you don't have certificate, I'm sorry, I have strict instructions. I cannot take your application. And in my book, I refer to that as the front door. And if the front door doesn't work, you use the back door. So I decided to use the back door. And we got some of our managers came down to town, and then we checked them into LAPAM. When they sent the invoice to us, I got the address. So I posted my application and my CV using the postal address. So through the back door, I believe, but with the grace of God, my application got the needed attention. So I was there, and then I got a call from LAPAM that, you Mr. Nwopo? I said, yes. Can you come for an interview for a job in finance? I said, okay. So I moved to LAPAM. When I got there, I was being treated like the president. Are you Mr. Nwopo? I said, yes. Come this way. Are you Mr. Nwopo? Come this way. It was interesting. So
the CV was good.
I said, me permit. So I got to the finance department. The chief finance officer, his name was Shlomo Wolf. He's an Israeli. And then he said, look, I need to go for holidays in Israel, and I needed you to support the financial controller, Martina Bayate, but I need somebody who is really good in Excel. So if you can do this, I have an assignment for you. We've tested a lot of people, they failed. If you don't know, just let me know so that I don't waste my time. I'm going to give you a payroll. If you're able to do it in 1 hour, you have a job. And that was the interview. Then I said, so he gave me a dummy payroll, a list of about 15 names, and then he gave me their basic salary. And then he asked me to use 5% for tax, 5% for social security, and then calculate the net salaries. So I looked at it and I said, I don't need 1 hour for this. He said He said, how many minutes do you need? I said, I need 15 minutes.
Wow.
He said, are you sure? I said, yes. And I could type very well. So immediately they gave me the computer. He gave me a diskette that I should say I'm not sure whether you know of a diskette. so a floppy drive. So I took this list, I typed it quickly, and then I just put one formula. I dragged it down for Social Security 5% and 5% for tax, and then I just dragged it down. I got the next salaries. I saved it on a floppy drive, and then I took it to him under 15 minutes. And then this was feedback I got when I got into the role. They said that when Mr. Shlomo Wolf assessed your file, he said, this guy is so good. So I said, thank God. So that was how I got the jobs. And so he called me, and then he said, Wisdom, I've seen your work. I want to give you the job. You are starting tomorrow. How much do you want to be paid? Then I told him 760,000. That's 76 Ghana cedis. So as I then, I think my salary was about 350. So I think I had doubled it. So thinking that, so I had doubled it. And then he said, okay, you are starting tomorrow. And then I said, why didn't I say 1.5 million? So the lesson there is that next time, study the market.
Yeah, study the market.
Study the market before you quote your price.
Because you are needed.
Yes, study the market before you quote the price. But so I got into the role, but I told him I couldn't start the next day. I told him, look, I'm coming from another organization. I needed to give at least 2 weeks notice. And then he wasn't happy, but he said, this guy he knows what it's about. So 2 weeks later, that was around the 1st of November 1999, I started with LAPAM as a payroll clerk. Started with LAPAM as a payroll clerk. I worked so hard. I did everything in the finance department, and that is what I call building tools putting tools into your tools box in the book. So I did everything. I did income control, I did revenue control, I did reconciliations, I did almost everything in the finance department. And for all the jobs that I was doing, I didn't take any salary increase. And these days, you ask somebody to take a new job, a new role, and then he's asking, are you going to pay me overtime or what is it? Extra. But for me, I knew what I was about. The purpose was, look, build tools into the tools box. And I kept doing that. So, and once I was doing that, I was still writing my ACCA. So by 2001, I had finished the part 2 of the ACCA.
Okay.
And I thought I needed to be promoted because I came here with HND. He started me on this grade. Of course, I benefited from the annual increases, but it wasn't where a part 2 should be.
Yeah.
So I felt that I needed to be promoted. I confronted the CEO then, Kwame Jempo of blessed memory. And he looked at me and he said, Wisdom, I'm not going to promote you.
What was his reason?
He didn't tell me.
So now?
So I have it in my book.
Yes,
he told me later. he said he's not going to promote me. So I felt that, maybe they don't appreciate the work I'm doing. And then I started to research, what must I do? Then it just occurred to me that the gap between the chartered and the unchartered, or the gap between the chartered and the part qualified, was so huge. And so why don't you just concentrate on your books and qualify as a chartered accountant? So I started looking for schools, and I got London College of Accountancy. I got admission into London College of Accountancy. And that was also a miracle. My life has just been a miracle all through. I got London College of Accountancy. I didn't have the requisite bank statement to support my visa application. And so one of our vendors, I think she's able to read people. She just saw me and said, Wisdom, what's the issue? I said, I've got admission at London College of Accountancy, but I don't have the bank statement to support my application. Her company was Savory. Her name is Savory Regina. She said, don't worry, I'll give you the bank statement. So she gave me the bank statement. Wow. I went to the embassy and I got 2 years visa. First time got to the embassy, I got my student visa. And so, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to London. Now you are in a new space,
exactly.
a new environment.
Yes.
Everything is new. Did you have somebody there that was going to receive you?
Yes.
Or you were going to be with someone
Yes.
there?
So I had a friend, I think he's a professor now, Professor Hobenu, Fred Hobenu. He's with 37 Military Hospital now. He's a doctor, a medical doctor. So Prof was there, and they actually got me a place, a room within their apartment. On the day I was leaving Ghana, I had £395 on me after I had bought my ticket and all that. So I bought the ticket myself.
Okay.
With my savings, after I had bought the ticket, I had about £395 on me. I landed in London with £395. The very first day I landed in London, I paid rent of £195.
Okay.
So I was left with about how much? Just a little over £100. And in fact, Fred did very well because he was working. I don't know. I don't have his permission to talk about the job he was doing, but for the purposes of encouraging the youth, Fred was doing some side hustles there. So he connected me to a security company to do security work, and so I landed on the 4th of June in London, and then on the 6th of June. I got to work with a security company,
okay,
a watchman, if you like. So basically, you go and then you keep watch over corporate buildings.
Was the pay good?
£5 an hour.
Okay.
It was £5 an hour. As a student, you are supposed to do £20 a week, but we were doing 60. We are supposed to do 20 hours a week. I was doing like 60 hours a week. 60 hours a week. But I was doing 12-hour shifts for 5 days. Yes. So and no, they were not complaining. So it was later on that when the Eastern Europeans got into by that time I had left, got into the UK, that they became very strict with this 20-hour rule. So we're doing that, but I realized that it took a lot of strain because if you combine, I was doing night shift security, which was running from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Okay.
And my course was a full time from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you only have like a few.
You just have a few hours. So yes. So if exactly. So if I leave the house around, like if I leave the house, I get onto the train within 1 hour. I'm at the site, and then I work overnight. And then I wake up, I leave at 7, I take 1 hour, I get to the house, probably just take a shower and eat, and then I'm back onto the train and I'm going to school.
How did you survive all of that?
Yeah. No pain, no gain, they say.
Wow.
It was really tough.
With all of this, what motivation did you have at the back of your mind that didn't make you give up? In life, or did it make you give up at what you were doing?
I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, you see. So my parents were not that rich, I must say. So it's like I needed to survive. I needed to do it. I needed to make an impact. I needed to live. You see what I mean? Yeah. So the good thing is that the school was not like 5 days. I think it was either 3 days or 4 days.
Okay.
So at least you get some sleep in between. But even with the work, look, there were times, trust me, after class you get to the workplace and then you are feeling sleepy. There was a time my supervisor asked me, he called me, he pulled me over and said, "Wisdom, look up. What do you see?" And I said, "I see a camera." He said, "You've been escalated to me, that they've been saying that you've been vacating your post. So you need to watch it." You see, and sometimes, you can't cheat nature.
Yeah.
You feel like sleeping, you need to go hide somewhere, get some 1 or 2 hours of sleep, and that was what escalated. This guy is vacating his post. So we went through that, and I saw that the job was too tough, and so I decided. Friends encouraged me to sign up for social work, care work, so I actually went through certification, got my certification as a care worker, And then what does the job involve? You take care of old ladies and old men. Yes, you change their diapers.
Wow.
You change their diapers, you brush their teeth, you bath them, and then you change their clothes.
Yeah.
But that paid more.
It paid more.
That paid like 12, 13 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did you last in London? How long did you stay in London?
I did 1.5 years.
Okay.
So I went in June 2002 and I left in December 2003.
Why didn't you stay there for? Someone say, oh, greener pastures. I want to live in London and work there and make money there and bring it to Ghana. Why did you leave after 1.5 years?
Yeah, I feel I'm a made in Ghana person. so when I qualified, I qualified in June 2003. So when I qualified in June 2003, by December I got because I had a lot of working experience, I got my chartered accountancy certification status. You know, when you qualify, you need to work for 3 years before you get you can call yourself a chartered accountant. But because I had a lot of experience, I used that, and then by December I got my chartered accountancy status. So when I qualified, I called my CEO, Kwame Jampo of blessed memory, and I said, sir, I'm a chartered accountant now, and I know you are a very highly connected person. If you could talk to your friends, whoever, I want to come back home and work.
Okay.
In fact, at the time I was talking to him, I had extended my visa by another 2 years. Okay. So there wasn't, I could have lived in the UK. So he said, but you said you wanted to go. Why do you want to come back?
Yes.
Then I said, I want to come and build Mother Ghana. So he said, okay, I'm going to ask you again tomorrow. Go and think about it. And then tomorrow we would talk about it. So I said, okay. So the next day I called him again. He said, have you thought about the questions I asked you? I said, yes. And then he asked, do you still want to come down? Then I said, yes. And he said, okay, I'm going to ask you one question. Think carefully before you answer.
Okay.
So he asked me, the people who were leading you, would you be able to lead them when you are given the opportunity? Then I said, yes. I said, what makes you think so? I said, I've been trained. And besides, I have the technical competence, so I can.
But did you believe you could? Or
I believe I could.
You could get whatever position?
No, I believe I could.
Okay.
I believe I could. And I had good working relationship with them.
Okay.
So
when you say a good working relationship, what is it? When you say I have a good working relationship with my colleagues, what does it mean? What should one expect? Is it laughing with them, or what exactly is it?
So it's respect.
Okay.
Okay. So you respect your people. You believe that, and in fact I have a lot of that in the book. You believe that you are here because of your people, or you got here through your people. They are the scaffoldings that push you to where you are.
Okay.
For every leader that you see, every leader in the limelight, it takes the obscure to push them there. Okay. So there are people behind the scenes who are doing all the heavy lifting. There are people who are the scaffolding. So you see a building, it's so nice, but there are scaffoldings that at the time you saw the scaffolding, you would think that this building, what is it? It's ugly and all that. But to the engineer, it is the scaffolding, it's the pipes, it's the iron rods that are in the building that will make the building look the way it's supposed to look when it is finally out. And so if you get there as a leader, you must know that there are people who pushed you, who've been working all along. You know, some leaders will take the credit for everything. They never recognize the people they work with.
Yes.
So something like that, you don't have a good working relationship with your people. People like that will say, you see, the leader is taking all the credit and we are doing all the job, but he doesn't recognize us. And so good working relationship should be both from bottom up and then top down, across. It should not just be one-sided. You see what I mean?
Great. Okay, so let's get into the book right now. The value of weaker arms, leveraging limitations for extraordinary leadership. First of all, where did you get the inspiration from to write this memoir that talks about you, that talks about leadership, that talks about lessons? Like most of everything that he is saying is in here. So where did the inspiration come from?
So I've always wanted to write a book, and I had given myself that by the age 50 I should release my book. So initially, to be honest, it was just about writing an autobiography. So if I look at the original manuscripts, it was just about me and
And your sister was one person who was always reading the manuscripts.
Not for this very one.
Yeah,
for this one, yes. So for the other ones, I mean, so when previously it was like, just tell your story about, it should be you. You see, so that was what I wanted to do. But I got to a point in my career, I realized that people come to do attachments with me and they don't want to go. It's like, we want to stay. Can you talk to my line manager so that I could stay? Don't you have any role? Then I'm asking myself, is there something I'm doing that people are seeing that I'm not even recognizing myself? So I decided to reflect more. What is it that I'm doing? Probably there are some leadership traits that I'm exhibiting that is causing me to be attractive, or my function to be attractive to people. So then I said, why don't you translate the book into a leadership book? And then it was the issue about the title. How is the title? What is it? Why are you going to talk about it? And I didn't have a title. Like I said, it was just my memoir and then probably leadership. Then about same time last year, I fractured my left wrist.
Okay.
Yeah, I fractured my left wrist. It was so severe that I had to be in cast for like 2 months. Wow. Yes. So when I got home after I had visited the hospital, I was playing volleyball. I fractured it. So when I got home, I decided to take off my clothes. And then I realized it was difficult. I was wearing a t-shirt. It was so difficult to do that.
Without your left hand?
Without my left hand.
Yeah.
I got to the bathroom. I took my toothbrush. Normally I take my toothbrush with my right hand. I put it on my left hand. Then I squeeze the toothpaste on it. I held.
So meaning you're left-handed?
No, I'm right-handed.
Okay, but you use.
Yeah. So I held the toothbrush with my left hand, and I couldn't. The pain was so severe that I had to put the toothbrush in my mouth.
Okay.
And then I had to like work it out.
All right.
So it was then it dawned on me that your weaker arm is really your strongest arm.
We'll get into that a bit later. But I have a surprise. I have someone who is joining us here on the show. And we would like to ask a bit of a question. You've told us a lot. We want to know the person's view and part of it. We've been joined by... Are you ready for the surprise?
I'm surprised.
Yes. Everything.
I'm ready for the surprise.
But who do you think? Who do you think the surprise is?
I have no idea.
Well, it's Mrs. Nuwoko on the line via Zoom. Yeah. Are you surprised?
Very surprised.
Oh, yes.
Very surprised.
Yeah, we have her on the line with the family, with the children. They are joining in. We want to ask her, because we saw that you mentioned your children's name.
Well, that's a surprise.
Yes, and of course your wife is where you were acknowledging everybody, your dad, your auntie, everybody in there. Oh, wow, there she is on our screen.
Oh,
hello. Hello, Mrs. Nwokwa. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Oh, that's your daughter. Hi. Hello. Where is...
Thank you so much.
Oh, your daughter is very beautiful. She's a very beautiful girl. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure she can't hear us. So if we can work on it so she'll be able to hear us. Yeah. Because we want to talk to her. We want us to tell us everything we need to know about Daddy here. Oh yeah. So unfortunately we've lost her, but definitely she'll come back again. So we are talking to your wife and we are talking to your children as well. We're asking them a few questions about you and what they think about the book as well. Okay. So you were saying you fractured your left arm and you realized that you couldn't do anything.
I couldn't do anything without.
You couldn't take off your shirt.
Yeah. So, and then there are some things in the bathroom that the left arm, the right arm has not been trained to do. The right arm has not been trained to do. So it was then it dawned on me that what you really consider your weaker arm could actually be your strongest arm.
Yeah.
And isn't that what life is?
Yes.
In leadership, in our societies, in the things we do, isn't that the case? That the people that you think are the weaker arm are indeed the people who are actually pushing you to get there. And so I try to research around that to convert my thoughts more into a leadership book. So if you read the book, you realize that there are some literature or some references to some literature in the book. There are references to biblical principles in the book as well. So I fused all that so that I could get. In fact, in the last chapter, I have a letter to the next generation.
Yes,
where I
saw a letter.
Yes, when I talk about
a call to action too.
Yes, and I talk about 10 core principles that I believe that every leader must have.
We'll get into the 10 core principle, but your daughter is back. Is that Gabriella?
That's Gabrielle, yes.
Hi, Gabrielle. How are you doing? How are you doing?
I can hear her, can they?
Okay. Gabriella can hear us, but we can hear Gabriella. So, Gabriella, tell us something.
Gabrielle,
tell us something amazing about your daddy here in the studio. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Gabrielle, can you hear us or me? I think she's not able to hear us. So can we? Yes, can we work on that so that we can? I really want to talk to you. I want to ask if Daddy is strict or Daddy is loving, Daddy is warm and calm. Hello, Gabrielle. Okay, so Gabrielle can't hear us, so we will definitely, please let's try and work on the communication, the connection, so that we can talk, because we want her to tell us about Daddy. We want to Daddy has told us enough about himself.
She did a song for me, though.
She did a song for you.
She used AI to do a very emotional song for me.
Describe your family to us. Your wife, your 2 children. Describe them. How do you describe them?
Very loving. Loving. We are quite close. Very close. I love them. It's the best thing that could ever happen to me.
Among your children, who's taking up your footstep? Who's taking your footstep? Who do you see some traits of you in?
So they're both right.
They're right?
They're right, yeah. So my son probably at the age, very early age, how old was he? Probably 12. Had done like between 40 and 60 poems.
Wow.
Yeah, then I wanted to publish it. I don't know why I didn't publish them.
Oh, you should.
So the last time I told him that, look, can you retrieve your poems so that we can publish them? And he says, when I read them now, they are so childish. So he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to publish them. So, yeah, so I mean, they love. I mean, both of them love to read, which is good. Yeah.
What kind of a father are you at home? Are you the calm, the gentle, the strict, like Daddy, like their grandfather, or you
they should be okay. They are not on. But
I wanted to ask her that question, but I'll ask her. I'll ask you. Maybe you might say you are calm, and she'll say no, Daddy is very strict. What kind of a father are you at home?
Would I say I'm very strict? I think it's a mixture of all. It's situational leadership. And one thing I said somewhere else that, look, parenting is, for me, I mean, one of the most difficult things that anybody could do, right? You could be a very successful business executive or corporate executive, but you could miss it when it comes to parenting. So it's important that we have our eyes on that ball. Yes, so that you don't, of what benefit is it if you gain the whole world? I mean, you are a business icon, and then at the end of the day, your family crashes.
It's true.
So it's a very deliberate thing every parent needs to do, just to make sure that you are there for the family. Very important.
All right, so we have another surprise. Today I'm surprising you. We just
How
surprised
did you
you.
manage to pull that off? I don't know.
We pulled all our strings together to get all of it. So we have been joined by your sister, Joy Suga.
Okay. You guys are amazing.
Oh yeah, so we have Joy Suga on the line that we're going to be talking to as well.
Okay.
And if you can hear us, thank you so much for joining us on People in Life. We have your brother here in the studio with us. How are you doing? Good evening. Good evening, madam. Oh God, what's happening to our connection tonight? Good evening, Madam Joy. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Oh, sorry. Hello, good evening. I'm good.
All right, we can hear you. We have your brother here in the studio with us, and we'd like you to describe your brother to us. What kind of a brother is he at home? So we have your brother here in the studio with us.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can.
All right. So describe.
Growing up,
Okay.
we always looked up to him.
Okay.
He always looked like the favored one. I mean, everything he does.
There's a delay.
He excelled, and when he writes the exams, he passes and all that. So he has been someone we always look up to, and we are just grateful to God for how far He's brought him.
Oh, that's amazing. What's that fond memory of the two of you that you would never forget, and you would like to share with us? What's that one memory that growing up you would want to share with us?
What's that one memory that you want to share?
Okay, we used to have a nickname. I call him Ogatko, and he responds Ogagale.
Oh, you respond Ogagale. Wow. All right. Is there anything you would like to tell your brother here in our studio?
Got that name? I can't really tell.
Oh my God, she's saying the lost, but I can't actually hear. Is there anything you want to tell your brother in the studio? He's here.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to say we are very, very proud of him. He's made us proud. I want to pray that God continues to protect him and increase him and favor him and let him become very great in Jesus' name. Amen.
Much, Madam Joy, for joining us this evening and for sharing that. What's the slogan again? It was, you know.
I know the response, Ogagale, but
Ogagale.
I forgot. I couldn't hear when to.
Is it as a slogan that you do? You should say something and you will respond Ogagale. Where from that? Where from that?
I think we grew up with it. I don't know where it came from, but it was a slogan we've been using.
Oh, okay. Ogagale. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Tell us about Joy. Tell us, what kind of a sister is she?
She's our last born, so I always tell I always laugh at her that look, you still think that you are still the last born.
She's the last baby.
Even though she's married now, she's still like she's one of those funny interesting, let me say sweet characters. It's like my sister is somebody you can buy her a shirt, say, you didn't add the pants, you know. It's like you buy a bag for it, but you didn't add the shoes.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You have to match it. You have to match it.
So when you're buying something for her, just
it
make
has
sure
to be
that
complete.
it has to be complete. So you buy a shirt for her or a shoe for her, say, but where's the belt?
Yeah.
You know, where's the bag?
Where's the
bag?
kick? Where's
Yes,
this?
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So we were talking about the book before we get into the fun part.
Yes.
The book. Why should one walk out and buy this book?
So this book is a very extensively researched book. Like I said, there are theoretical references in the book. There are references to scriptures as well. I talk about my life, my truth, my lens. That is the phase one of the book. That is what I believe. My values, I give 6 values, which I believe that have worked well with me, and I believe that everyone must at least exhibit some of them. I talk about the 10 principles that I believe that every leader or anyone who wants to rise to the top must apply. Or adopt.
All right, we have Gabrielle on again. We're going to be talking to her shortly. Hi, Gabrielle. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. All right, so your dad is here. I want you to tell me what kind of a dad he is to you.
My dad is a very good dad. He always looks out for us and always helps us with school and everything. He's very friendly, and he always works hard, and he doesn't give up easily.
All right, very friendly. So he's not a strict dad. He's a sweet and a loving and a friendly dad, right?
Yeah. he disciplines us, but like he's very friendly and he's a good dad. Okay. So tell us about that one thing that you love about your dad. He's here. Tell us one thing you love about him. I love how he always encourages me and always pushes me to do like the best I can, especially like in tennis. Whenever like he helped me in tennis whenever I used to first start tennis, and like he just helped me with everything, and I'm really thankful for him.
Oh, that's amazing. Is there anything at all you'd want to tell your dad? You've been wanting to tell your dad, but you don't have the opportunity. This is the time. He's here with us in the studio. Is there anything at all you want to tell your dad?
I want to say that I'm very proud of him and all that he's accomplished. And I just want to say that I love him, and I always thank God that he gave me like a great father like him.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. You're a great father. Your daughter is grateful to have you as a dad, and you're amazing. Thank you so much, Gabriel. Say hi to mommy and your brother for us. Okay? Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
All right, so
how do you pull that off?
Oh, we will tell you later. All right, so we spoke to your daughter and your sister as well, and they all had good praises to share with us. That tells us who you are at home with your family and with your family, your two families as well. All right, let's get into what you do for fun when you're not writing. You're not busy checking the accounts, auditing here and there. What do you do for fun?
I play tennis. Play tennis. I swim. I play guitar.
Okay.
I play my guitar, acoustic guitar.
Wow. You love music?
I love music.
What's your song? What's the type of song we'll find you listening to?
I do hill song. Gospel, hill song.
A hill song,
yes,
gospel.
Hill song.
Is there a favorite one? Are you a good dancer? We want to dance to your favorite song here.
Oh, is it? No, I'm not sure.
What's the title of your song?
So I love hill song. What is it? A Million. What is it? So Will I.
So Will I.
So Will I is the title. Is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Who You Say I Am is also by Hillsong. It's also one of my favorites. There is this by Bethel. It's not Bethel. I Speak Jesus. What's the name? Gal. Christy Gal. She did that song. It's a type of hill song as well. So my choice of songs is mostly gospel hill song.
Okay, that's good. But before you leave, I want to ask this question: Is there some life choices or decision that you've made in your life growing up to this point that you regret?
Life choices that I regret. I don't. So there's a lesson in everything, and I have that in my book as well. That some of the things you may make those decisions, but I don't think you should regret. Every decision comes with responsibility. The most important thing is to take the lessons from those decisions that you made. You must know that every decision you make comes with responsibility. So in terms of choices that I have made that I regret, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. But have things happened in my life that changed me, redirected me? Plenty.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then, sorry, before you go, you asked about the CEO. Tell me the reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me just answer that before.
Okay.
So at a later time, before he gave me the role as a financial controller to lead the people who were leading me, he asked me, do you now understand why I decided not to give you the promotion? Then I said no. He said, because if I had given you the promotion, you would have stayed a part qualified accountant, because I saw the potential in you and I needed to push you to become a chartered accountant. So you see, it was a no, but it was a redirection.
It was a redirection. Yes. We have a caller. We've not forgotten that we are giving out books. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from? Do we still have our caller online? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Oh, sorry. You calling? He's there. Mr. Nuwoko is going to ask you a question. Should we do a question? And then if you answer it right, then we're going to give you a book.
Yes.
Then you've just gotten this. It's a very simple question. So, what's your name and where are you calling from? Oh, unfortunately, we can't hear the caller. Hello, are you still there? Oh God, I really wanted you to ask them a question so we could give them.
Hello?
Hi. Okay, so he's there. He's back. What's your name?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. What's your name? Hello?
Hello, my name is Shadem.
Tete, please, where are you calling from? Edem, please, where are you calling from, Edem?
My name is Shadem.
Okay.
Calling from Ablekuma.
All right. So Mr. Numokwa is going to ask you a question, and if you get it correct, we're giving you a book. So please go ahead.
Yeah, so Adam, it's a very simple question. The question is, where was I born?
Very simple. If you were listening to the interview from the beginning, I'm sure you would get this one. Adam, are you still there?
I know you come from the Volta region, but you were born in Tamale.
Oh yes.
Give him an autograph.
In the northern
Okay, yes. So this is a sign. It's an autographed copy from the author. So you've won yourself the value of the weaker arm. You need to get this book and read it because it has a lot of life lesson, like experience coming from an experienced person with some life lesson. So you talk to my producer on how you will get this book. Stay online, talk to my producer. Hello? All right, so Adam, congratulations. Please stay on and talk to my producer so that you can come for the book. Hello? Hello, do we have a caller online? Okay, we lost our second caller, unfortunately. Okay, so let's talk about lessons you want to tell to viewers who has listened to your story, and then everything that you've been through, your purpose, where you want to be, and what lessons are you telling these people? What advice are you giving people who are also following this path? But because they've said their bosses are telling them that, oh, I don't think you deserve this position, so they want to give up in life. And you have been there before. When you were turned down, you didn't give up. You went to school to continue your education. You came back, and you've been asked to lead the people that we're leading you. All right, but before you give us that advice, we have another caller online. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, please lower the volume of your TV set, yeah?
Hello, my name is Julius, calling from Soto.
Hi, Julius. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Mr. Nwokpo is going to ask you a very simple question, and if you're able to answer it correctly, you get to win a book from him. It's a signed copy, you know? Yeah. So, Mr. Nwokpo, go ahead.
Thank you, Julius. How are you? Okay, I believe you can hear me. So, which tertiary institution did I attend? In Ghana.
I'm doing well, sir.
So the question is, which tertiary institution did Mr. Nwokpo attend in Ghana? If you were listening to the interview from the beginning, then you know the tertiary.
IPS, now University of Professional Studies.
Okay, congratulations to you. Yes. So please, you stay on, you talk to my producer on how you get a copy of his book. Thank you so much for calling in. Congratulations. All right, so lessons and advice to people out there.
So I'll say that believe in yourself. That's one. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will believe in you.
Yeah.
So believe in yourself. And then two, add tools to your tools box. Don't be obsessed with salaries or monies or increased salary or allowances for extra job you want to do. No. Learn the jobs. When they ask you, when an opportunity comes for you to get onto another role to go and help, I call it the career lattice in my book. Take up those new responsibilities, or let me say those additional responsibilities. Do them wholeheartedly, because trust me, you don't know everything. As you do them, you add tools to your tools box, and then when the time comes for you to be promoted, you would be promoted. There was a time in my career they told me that Nemfisa. So there was a job I was eyeing, and I was told. So I was lucky I got that feedback. So yes, you cannot, it means that you are not ready for the role.
Yeah.
But how do you build that muscle?
All right.
It is only by building capacity.
Great.
Yes.
So we'll come back to that. We have our last caller.
Okay.
And then we'll wrap it up with the call. Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining us. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Hello. Oh, I think we lost our last caller. Sorry, try again. So you were saying?
Yeah. So I was saying that you need to build more tools, build capacity. Because how do you build capacity? By taking on new roles.
Okay.
By taking on additional roles, putting yourself to study, getting new certifications, learn on the job, ask the relevant questions. Because you see, what I always tell my people is that, look, I'd rather be naive to just a few people than to be naive to the bigger community in the future. So I'd rather show my stupidity now and learn the job, get that skill that I need now, because when I take up that bigger role, nobody would go back to check who did you ask,
Yes.
who taught you this. No, at that point I need to demonstrate that technical competence.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you for your advice. And we're taking our last caller and we'll wrap it up on the show. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling us from? Hello. Seems our last callers. You don't want the book, eh? Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, unfortunately, our time is up. We have to draw curtains to our show for tonight. But then we've had a very, very insightful conversation with Mr. Wisdom Kwame Nuwopo, who is the Chief Internal Auditor at Absa Bank Ghana and author of The Value of the Weaker Arm, a book that we've given out to some people. But if you need a copy, where do we get a copy to buy?
Okay, so if you need a copy, I'll give my number out.
Okay.
Yeah, so my number is 059
Okay.
383
383
4155.
415.
Yes, I'm now working with some bookshops to pick up some of the books.
Okay.
So, yes, once that is done, we should have some of the books in these bookshops. Also, I'm on almost every digital channel. So I'm on Amazon for our international listeners. I'm on Amazon and I'm on Apple Store.
Okay.
And almost every digital store that you
Okay.
could think of. Yes.
So yeah, if you want the book, you call 059-383-4155, 059-383-4155. If you are outside the country and you still need the book, here you go to the Amazon store to grab
Or Apple Store.
or Apple Store,
Apple Bookstore.
Apple Bookstore or Amazon Store to grab a copy of the book. Yes, it's available for international people as well. But if you're here in Ghana and you need it, call 059-383-383 4155. Okay, please call that number. And to our winners, the two people who answered questions from Mr. Nuwopo, you make your way to Pan African TV here at Abelenkpe, Swanika Street for your books. It will be ready for you. It's a signed copy, so when you get here, you just mention your name and the book will be given to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Nuwopo, for sharing your story.
Yes.
Very inspirational story with us, and also writing a book to share your lesson and your story as well on it, so the people can buy and read and learn from it as well. We appreciate your presence
Thank
here.
you. It's an honor.
All right.
I enjoyed it. Thanks.
Thank you for doing tonight, people in live. Thank you for doing the watching. My name is Naya Chidi. I hope you're taking one or two things along. Add skills to your toolbox. Add things to your toolbox. That toolbox, don't just leave it. You can add knowledge. You can add anything at all to your toolbox. It will go a long way to help you. My name is Naya Chidi, and we'll see you next week. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye. Yeah, that's your song. Yeah, that's your song. Oh, but it's not something we can dance to. Oh, I really wish you could dance. Oh, thank you.